Hey everyone, my name is Wedge. Battle for Zendikar is right around the corner, so we decided this is as good a time as any to bring you another Worst Cards Ever video. I did not decide this is all your fault. Today I'm going to show you some of the worst cards from the original Zendikar block. Now Zendikar block was pretty powerful, so we had to dig, but trust me, these are just a giant collective pile of manure. Honestly, you're about to be embarrassed you play Magic. If for some reason you like this video, or in other words, you have terrible taste in videos, you could hit the like button. It pushes me closer and closer to jumping off of Blackcleave cliffs. Wouldn't that be the dream right now? Let's get this over with. We'll begin in Zendikar with Trap Finder's Trick. 2 mana for a sorcery. Target player reveals their hand and discards all trap cards. I wasn't ready for this video to start this way. This card is terrible. Traps are not good. Barely anyone plays them, and even if they do, it's like one of them in a sideboard somewhere. I even looked to see if this dilapidated piece of cardboard was ever in any commander deck ever. 1 out of 15,049 decks. One deck runs this thing. Whoever you are, you're dead to me. To all the rest of you, this is called proof. Trap Finder's Trick puts a bad taste in my mouth, and it hurts my eyes when I look at it, and when I say the name, it hurts my ears. This card is a travesty on the senses. Art doesn't even make sense. What is that, a ghost ape? It's so dumb. Maybe one time when we move on to another card, it'll be better than the one we just looked at. Maybe once, but not this time though. Mindless Null is 3 mana for a 2/2 zombie. It can't block unless you control a vampire. Why does this exist? 3 mana for a 2/2 is already super amp, and now it can't even block unless you have a vampire. Why? Seriously, why? Those chains doing that to you? What's the point of a card like this? And don't worry, I know what you're thinking. This isn't that bad. Doesn't seem nearly as awful as most cards. And you know what? I sort of get that. Oh wait, I don't. This card sucks. No one will ever play it in anything ever. You know what makes a card bad? When no one plays it ever. No one's gonna play this. Deal with it, you faceless weirdo. Oh. You wanna know the really funny part? This was supposed to be 2 mana instead of 3. A 2/2 for 2 with a drawback. Actually not half bad. Know why it was bumped up to 3 mana? A typo. A typo did it. It was caught during development and they just sort of ignored it and let it happen. The trolls at R&D let this go through. This is why they have no chance at the Community Cup in 2 weeks. Announcement video here. This is why. This is why. Awful. What kind of quality control is this? I'm done. Move on. Alright, Zendikar just took some punches, and if I have to look at another bad card from that set, I'm going to hurl all over myself. Let's move to World Wake. The second set in the block. Rumbling Aftershocks is 5 mana for an enchantment. Whenever you cast a kick spell, you may have Rumbling Aftershocks deal damage to target creature or player equal to the number of times that spell was kicked. Come on, really? I mean, kicker is cool, I get it, but why? It's 5 mana for an enchantment that doesn't do anything ever. I know what the card says. You get to deal damage when crap is kicked. Super, awesome, wonderful, friggin' great. The problem? It deals damage based on the number of times it was kicked. Where do you think all this mana's coming from? No one can multi-kick stuff that many times. And even if you could, why in the heck would you run it in a deck with this abomination? Aftershocks is one of those cards where you're like, oh, hey, maybe this is good in Commander. Ha, ha. No. One deck out of 12,999. One person. Suck on that, Brewers. You failed here. Rumbling Aftershocks is just, I mean, look at it. It has a stupid face. I hate this series. Last card. I can totally do this without punching myself in the face. Here we go. Devastating Summons is 1 red mana for a sorcery. As an additional cost to cast it, sacrifice X lands, put 2 XX red elemental creature tokens onto the battlefield. I think, yeah, this is the moment. This moment here, right in this moment in time, this is the moment that I've lost all hope in the world. It has to be right now. Huh, oh well. Anyways, Devastating Summons is a card I would only expect people I hate to play, or at least I'd hope they'd play it because it would make it pretty easy to beat them. Beyond that, this card is the epitome of actual human waste. I don't care that it's 1 red mana. You have to sacrifice a bunch of lands to actually make it worthwhile. Even if you do that, what about a Wrath effect, or an Unsummon effect, or any spot removal in the world ever? They don't even have haste or trample, so they can get chumped for days while you're left with no lands and 2 Dirtle elementals that don't do anything. It's Wood Elemental all over again. I don't care what you think you can do with this card. There is literally no deck in the world that can't find a better card than this. It doesn't exist. If you play this, go do a search on Gather and replace it with anything else. You can't even use this in Titania because she's mono green. I am so done right now. Why do these cards get printed? Wizards, just stop. I mean, those cards sucked. You all knew what you were getting yourselves into, so don't blame me for your sudden urge to project stomach fluids everywhere. That's on you. I hope you hated this video with a passion, but if you didn't, you could leave a comment below, I guess. I mean, I don't know what you'd say, but the comment section is there for a reason, so freaking go nuts, I guess. I don't know. As always, subscribe for the latest and most reliable Magic the Gathering information you could ever need. This is the Mana Source. I'm Wedge. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
Wow.